ski conditions are not great. It's very warm for January. So the aim is to take off from here with the paraglider and fly around on the south faces here and land in the basin where the plan is, the Aiguille du Plan. Skin up there a little bit, ski what looks like it could be some quite nice snow. Maybe it's starting to transform a little bit now. And then take off again and fly out of the Vallée Blanche. So just a quick morning really. Equipment today with me, I have my Zeolite. I'm going to use a strong harness with no reserve. The reason I chose no reserve today is because there's very little conditions, very little wind, very little thermals, so I feel comfortable with that, but that's a very personal decision. In my bag I have my glacial travel kit equipment, shovel, probe, everything like that, although I am alone today, but I always think it's good to have that stuff with you. The reason I'm alone, I've seen the conditions, it's like 2 out of 5 avalanche conditions today, and the area I'm going into is very well filled in, so I'm not too concerned about crevasses, although I'll be making sure I look out for that. And then good things to have in missions like these are collapsible ski poles, which go into 4 pieces. This is great because then they can go in your bag and you have no snag hazards then when you're flying and taking off. Nice takeoff, very light winds. Hopefully going to make it over this ridge in front of me. Let's see. And then where I want to go to is just over there. Yeehaw! Perfect! If we'd had a bit more wind, I think it would be possible to top land up there, but today it's super light. But still saved a lot of skinning. Shouldn't take long to get to the top, and I think this could ski quite okay. Let the glider fall down slope, mushroom it up, pull it up to you, and then put it on the uphill side. So it's nice, got all the lines, got the wingtips, everything's easy, and then I can start thinking about packing it away. I prefer to take my wing off of me, find it's just easier to sort everything out and lay it out, not having the wing attached to the harness, and then attach the harness later at the last second. So I'll do that, and then take our lines, put them on top of the wingtip so they don't get confused and everything, and then do a quick cell grab, being careful with your ski edges not to stand on the wing or anything else for that matter. Okay. Got all the cells. Yeah, bit of a quick pack, but pretty small, pretty quick, like you can see. And then I am super stoked with this Blue Ice bag, which Blue Ice made for us last year for our Pakistan trip. So it's the Stash 90, but what they did was they put a big zip down the middle of it, which means you can open it up and it's much easier to get stuff into. So ski poles, I'm going to need them, and then I'm also going to want to take my glacial equipment out, and last but not least I'm going to need my skins. 1, 2. So I've got all of them. Axe can come out as well and go on the outside of the bag so it doesn't get into damaging the glider. And then I can take my paraglider and I'm just going to pop it like this directly in the bag. See the zipper up. And paraglider is away. Then on top of that, quickly whip the harness off. The nice thing about this slip harness that I have is it's just 2 carabiners that you undo, and then you can take it off without even having to really, you know, step out of anything, which is really good with the skis. Perfect. So that's my bag there. I'm going to take my axe, put it through the handle of the bag, pop it down there. That way my bag cannot go anywhere, which is very nice. Take my poles, build them out. Glacial gear. Personally, I actually prefer to attach my equipment to my rucksack straps. I find it easier to access than on these small string harnesses, which the gear loops are pretty small on. So that's what I'll do there. And then, because we're on glaciated terrain, it's good practice to do one ski at a time. So I'm going to take my first ski, and this way you're not, you know, if you do happen to be stood on a hole or something, at least you're not putting both feet down and potentially punching through. Great. Don't know how long that took, but not very. Slowest part was getting the brakes away, I think. And we can start skinning from here. You can see the midi where we flew from and came from. And yeah, didn't take very long, probably 15 minutes of skinning or something like that. And it's a very beautiful day here today. Stoked to do some skiing now in the spring snow. So some pretty nice skiing down there from the Aiguille du Plan. Next up is I'm going to take off from here. I've selected this spot because I don't think it's really too crevassed in this little area, and it's not too steep, so laying out my wing will be easier, but I have a steep roll off to take off, and I have enough altitude to make it out from the midi, or out from the Vallée Blanche at least. Otherwise, if you go like a skier, it's a long walk right now because we have no lift running from there. So key things are you want to make a good takeoff area. So I'm going to stamp out a track, like a kind of a semicircle, the shape that I want my wing to be. And then I'm going to lay the wing into that, the leading edge into that, and use the holes to bury a little bit of snow on top of the wing so it can't slide down the hill. That way you can do your line check and it's very easy and you're not worried, you know, about having to reset the wing each time it falls down. So I've brought my wing up with me in the bag here. I think I'm going to do it here. My skis are down below me where I want to actually take off. It's going to be one wingtip. This is going to be the other wingtip. I like to put my harness on at this point and the bag so that I'm ready to go as soon as the wing's laid out. Again, I like the slip, because it's very easy. You can just reach through, clip it up, no stepping through awkwardly with ski boots. Last thing to go in my bag is my crampons. Pop them in, and then with the bag it's a very good idea to make sure you've not got too many jingle jangles like I have going on here right now, so we'll get rid of these. You want a clean bag that's not going to catch any lines as you take off. So that's my bag, more or less as clean as it can get, minimizing the chance of a line getting caught on takeoff. And then personally I like to have gloves on when I lay out my wing, because you're going to be picking up snow to bury the leading edge in slightly, and it's really annoying if you get like cold wet hands. So wing, find the leading edge, which is on this side. We kind of cell packed it earlier, if you remember, to make it easy to take out. And I've got the center of the wing here now. Everything else on this side. I'm going to come to the lines here that I put on the wingtip and kind of folded them around the corner so they wouldn't get tangled. And start to lay the wing out and bring the lines down out of the way. I'm going to take the center of the wing here. I'm going to lay it in one of my boot holes, but making sure that I don't put the cells in. The cells are staying out here. I'm then going to take a little bit of snow and I'm going to pop that in the boot hole. Show you how that looks. So you can see the cells are not getting snow in, but this is being held down nicely. And I'm going to do that all the way along. And we're going to do the same on this side. So make a boot hole, lay the wing in there, take a bit of snow, pop it on, and you can see now that the wing's taking shape nicely. And you don't need that much snow, probably just need 3 or 4 on each side, something like that, and that will hold it enough from any katabatic wind, and also enough for you to be able to pull on your lines as you organize those. So because we have soft snow and I want to take off going straight, what I'm going to do this time is I'm actually going to take the ski and I'm going to put the tail in first, like so, and the same with this one. And I'm doing this in the center of the wing, and they need to go vertical enough that when you do stand into it, they're not going to, like start going off downhill. Then I'm going to take my risers. I've prepared them already. Going to get myself clipped in. On these very small carabiners, I actually like to put the widest part at the bottom because you've got more connections there. So that makes sense to me. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Just clear the snow off the boot, prepare the pins. Good, that one's in. Last thing to do, check your skis are going to slide. Check that you're done up. Those are on top. Simple point and shoot, wing looks good. Here we go.